Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn about natural selection and its type and adaptive radiation. Definition of natural selection. Natural selection is the process by which organisms with favorable trait survive and reproduce more successfully than others. Over many generations, this favorable trait become more common in the population. Charles Darwin explained that organisms produce more offspring for their survival. There is variation among individuals. Individuals with advantageous trait survive better. These traits are inherited by the next generation. Types of natural selection: stabilizing selection, directional selection, and disruptive selection. Stabilizing selection. Definition: stabilizing selection favors the average or intermediate phenotype and eliminates extreme variations. The organism with traits near the mean survive best. Graph bell-shaped, which becomes narrower at the center because intermediate individuals increases. Effect on population: reduces variation and keeps traits stable around the mean. Environmental condition: occurs in stable and unchanging environments. Example: human infant birth weight, average weight, babies survive better. That means 3 to 3.5 kg weight babies survive better. Next, directional selection. It favors one extreme phenotype over another. As a result, the population shifts towards one direction. The bell-shaped curve shifts either left or right because one extreme trait becomes more common. Effect on population: causes the population trait to shift towards one side. Environmental condition: occurs when environment changes in one direction. Example: antibiotic resistant bacteria. Resistant individuals survive more. Another example of it is industrial melanism. Next, disruptive selection, which favors both extreme phenotype and eliminates intermediate form. Graph pattern: one peak becomes two peaks. The middle phenotype decreases. Effect on population: increase variation and may split population into two groups. Environmental conditions: occurs in heterozygous or changing environments with two favorable extremes. Example: African seed cracker finches birds with either small or large beak survive better than medium beaks. Now let's see the few examples of natural selection. One is industrial melanism. Second, pesticide resistant mosquito. Third, antibiotic resistant microbes. Fourth, Darwin finches. We are going to discuss more about industrial melanism. Industrial melanism is the phenomenon in which dark colored organisms become more common in polluted industrial areas due to natural selection. The classic example is the Beeston Beetularia in England. Before industrialization, around 1850, trees' trunks were covered with light-colored lichens. That time, environment was clean. Light-colored moths are present that time, which is more common. But dark-colored moths are rare. So, light moths could hide easily on the light tree bark. Birds could easily see and eat dark moths. As a result, light-colored moths survived more. After industrialization, around 1920, environmental changes. Industries release smoke. Tree trunks become dark due to disappearance of lichens. So, dark moths become camouflaged. Light moths become visible to predator. In this case, dark colored moths survive and reproduce more. After a few times, white colored moths are totally disappeared. Next, pesticide resistant mosquito. Some mosquitoes develop resistance against pesticides such as DDT due to the natural selection. Initially, most mosquitoes are sensitive to pesticide and few mosquitoes are naturally possesses resistant mutation. After DDT spraying, DDT kills sensitive mosquitoes. Resistant mosquitoes are survived. Survived mosquitoes reproduce and pass resistant gene to their offspring. Over generations, most mosquitoes become resistant. Next, antibiotic resistant microbes. Some bacteria evolve resistance against antibiotics and are called antibiotic resistant microbes or superbugs. Some bacteria naturally processes resistant genes. Antibiotics kills sensitive bacteria. Definitely, resistant bacteria will survive more. They reproduce rapidly. Resistant genes spread to other bacteria. One cause of antibiotic resistance is overuse of it, like dog resistant tuberculosis. Next, Darwin finches. Charles Darwin visited the Galapagos Island in 1835. He observed many types of finches with different beaks. He saw that all finches evolved from a common ancestral finch from South America. They changes themselves for different food source and different ecological niches. So, appearance of seed-eating finch, insect-eating finch, and cactus-eating finch, and lastly, fruit-eating finch. Importance of Darwin finches. It is a very good example of adaptive radiation. One ancestor showing many species. Also, it demonstrates the natural selection. Environment selects favorable traits according to their different environmental niches. Our next topic is adaptive radiation. Darwin finches. They are showing divergent evolution because they originated from seed-eating ground finches to different type of food habit birds. Next, adaptive radiation of Australian marsupials. Marsupials are mammals whose young ones are born incompletely. They continue their development inside a pouch, which is called as marsupium. Examples: kangaroo, koala, wombat, Tasmanian wolf. Adaptive radiation occurs due to geographical isolation. Australia becomes separated from other continents. So, marsupials evolved independently for millions of years. These Australian marsupials came from a common ancestor, become different due to adaptation to different habitats. That means they are showing divergent evolution. Next, placental mammals. They developed young ones inside the uterus, nourishes their embryo through the placenta. Example: wolf, mole, anteater, flying squirrel. Similarities between Australian marsupials and placental mammals. Marsupial wolf from Australian marsupials and wolf from placental mammals adapt themselves for carnivorous hunting. Also, in case of marsupial mole and mole, adapt themselves for digging underground. Numbat, anteater, flying phalanger, flying squirrel, and marsupial mole and mouses showing similar adaptations. They similar because of similar environment, similar food habits, and similar selection pressure cause unrelated organisms to evolve similar traits. That means they're showing convergent evolution.